The prize trade might be one of the most important things to understand about the Pokemon trading card game. Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. And so, what do I mean by prize trade? Because you don't trade prizes in the mechanics of the game. What people are talking about is the rate in which you are taking prizes versus the rate at which your opponent is taking prizes. Well, most might assume that you're taking prizes at relatively similar speeds, but that's not always the case. See, in Pokemon, we have what are known as single prizers, double prizers, and triple prizers. So that are Pokemon worth one prize, Pokemon worth two prizes, and Pokemon worth three prizes. Now, currently, the only Pokemon worth three prizes are Pokemon VMAX, which don't see much play except one. Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX is still a powerful deck in the format and does a heck of a lot with a very streamlined strategy. So you gotta be sure to be prepared for that. But beyond Mew VMAX, most Pokemon are one or two prizes. And when we're talking about the prize trade, we are talking about how many prizes are you giving your opponent and how many prizes are they giving you. So if you play nothing but single prize Pokemon, which is something I really like to do, you might think, hey, I'm going to win this prize trade because I'm only giving you single prize Pokemon while you're giving me double prize Pokemon, which are kind of the most popular types of Pokemon. Play Pokemon V and Pokemon EX and V-Star, almost forgot those, are double prize Pokemon. And they're kind of the most commonly played Pokemon out there. But that's not a given. That's not a guarantee. Just because you're playing single prize Pokemon does not mean that you are going to be winning this matchup super easily because you're only giving up one prize and they're giving up two. No, we have to go into a little bit deeper of a discussion. And before we do that, I want to use some visual aids. So let's jump into ptcgl here and give you some visual aids. This is a single prize Pokemon. Non-rule box. Nothing fancy going on here. This is a single prize Pokemon. This is a double prize Pokemon. It is a Pokemon V. And at the bottom you can see V rule. When this Pokemon is KO'd, knocked out, your opponent takes two prize cards. And then third, this is a three prize Pokemon. Down at the bottom, you see that rule box there, VMAX rule. When your Pokemon VMAX is knocked out, your opponent takes three prize cards. Those are single prizers, double prizers, and triple prizers in the Pokemon TCG. And you might think, why would anyone play a VMAX? Because they give up three prizes. But Mew VMAX, as stated before, is one of the most popular decks in the format. One of them. Not the most popular, but definitely a very popular choice. And this is a VMAX, so you are giving up three prizes. But Mew VMAX has something that not many other Pokemon have. It has Cross Fusion Strike, which lets you choose one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack, which gives it a lot of flexibility. And with that, it has Genesect V, which is also a Fusion Strike Pokemon, so you can use Genesect V's attack. And Genesect V has the Fusion Strike system, which is a draw engine, probably the most powerful draw engine in the game, but you have to be playing nothing but Fusion Strike Pokemon. After that, it's probably the Barrel Squirrel Vet that is the most powerful engine in the game. If you know of a better one, let me know down in the comments, because seriously, I need to find another engine to use. But, let's get back to it, right? So not many people are using VMAXs. Most people are using Pokemon V, Pokemon V-Star, which V-Star rule states they give up two prizes, and Pokemon EX, which I don't know what's the first EX that we'll run into, but I'm going to keep scrolling and trying to talk while I do. And one main issue you might be aware of right away looking at all this is there's an EX. Pokemon EX rule down at the bottom states it gives up 2 prizes. Is that single prize Pokemon do not have very powerful attacks, right? Absol for 3 energy only does 80 damage, which is pathetic. It does have the drag off attack, which for 2 energy will switch your opponent's Pokemon and deal 30 damage, but still, not really a great attacker, right? So many single prize Pokemon are not great attackers. Not that one. This one, this Ambipom, is actually a very strong single prize attacker, but it relies on coin flips. It's 60 damage for each heads, and you flip coins equal to the amount of energy attached, so you can throw on a ton of energy. Say you use Fortress EX to put a ton of energy on this Ambipom, you can still flip nothing but tails, and this single energy attack will do nothing. Which makes this Pokemon a little difficult to use, understandably so. And so, actually I don't think Fortress can. Before I ruin everyone's day, let me double check. Oh, you can. Beautiful. That's awesome. And so you might realize that, single prize Pokemon don't do a lot of damage. So, the main strategy most people rely on with these single prize Pokemon is 2-hit KOs. And you have to 2-hit KO. You just have to nowadays. You have to be able to KO a VMAX with 330 HP, or more accurately, 310 HP, but then an effect through Oricorio, reducing the amount of damage you do to Mew VMAX by 20, so we're back at that 330, right? You gotta do 330 HP between 2 attacks, which is a lot to ask for. Trust me, I understand. That's tough to do. But we have Pokemon EX that have this much HP. If you look at Gardevoir, Gardevoir EX is a EX Pokemon, so it only gives up 2 prizes, and yet it has 310 HP. Crazy. Luckily it has the same weakness as Mew, so you can kind of double up on those. But a single prize Pokemon has to do 310 damage between 2 attacks in order to stay even in the prize trade, because your single prize Pokemon are most likely being 1-hit KO'd by your opponent's Pokemon V, V-Star, V-Max, EX, whatever the heck they play, right? So we need to find a way to accelerate this and get that victory between your opponent and you taking these KOs to win that prize trade, to win the prize race, however you want to say it. But that's the prize trade in general, is you are giving up so much in order to take prizes. Is it at a faster rate than what your opponent is doing? Are you two both, doing KOs at quick enough speeds where you can gain an advantage? One way people try to gain advantage is through hand disruption, such as Iono, or Roxanne, or even Judge. Those cards, fantastic cards, can do a lot of hand disruption and really mess up your opponent, where maybe they get to a certain point and you disrupt them enough where they can't keep going. They don't get the cards they need in order to continue. That is, what Iono is trying to do. Roxanne's another good option in the fact that you put them down to 2 cards. Can they get out of that sticky situation? Who knows? Let's see, what else? Another way to do this is energy disruption. Crushing Hammer was a very popular one. Fan of Waves is okay one. Some Pokemon. One of my favorites that I just cannot get to work, Toad Toad's Cruel here. Airy Tentacles, for you do 30 damage, and you move an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their bench, manipulating their energy to where you are taking it off the one that they want to attack with and putting it on something else. That is a way to do it as well, the energy disruption. There's even just more simple disruption in... nope, I need trainers for this one. Lost Vacuum, which removes a Pokemon tool from your opponent's Pokemon, or whatever, or a stadium card from play, or something along those lines, right? It removes a tool or a stadium card, you pick, you know, job's done, sort of business. But Lost Vacuum can remove a tool from your opponent so that they aren't hitting hard enough, or they don't have as much HP as they thought they would have. Something along those lines. There's disruption in a lot of different ways that can really help your prize trade. And so, when we're talking about prize trade, we are mainly looking at how many prizes you're giving up compared to your opponent. But there's also other factors in disrupting your opponent or increasing your own standing in order to win this prize trade. Denying a KO by your opponent so that you can win the prize trade. That is what we mean by disruptive strategies to try to win the prize trade. And there's so many different things, and I hope this helped in explaining what we mean when we're talking about the prize trade and how you can take advantage of that. And I hope this video is informative for people. I hope it leads to people having a better understanding. Yeah, I'm trying to be helpful here, and I thought this was a good topic to cover, as a new player may not understand what they're reading when they see prize trade, as there's no mechanics where you trade prizes, as far as I know. I mean, it would be weird if there were, like back in the day, but back in the day, Pokemon designs were way crazier at certain points, where they've become a lot more refined nowadays, in my opinion. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I'm gonna go back here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope the visual aids helped, and I hope you liked this video. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel to learn more about the Pokemon trading card game, and join the Discord if you have any particular questions you want answered, or you just want to hang out with some other Pokemon players. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.